NILE Television, where we give you the highlights of the news bulletins of the week every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumringa Christine. Let's dive straight into the stories that made headlines throughout the week. A joint enforcement by Aras City Health Department, police in Aras City and officials from the Department of Tobacco Control Division impounded and arrested 38 people through their intelligence-led operations in Aras City. These were arrested with exhibits of shisha, containers and other ingredients, while the 38th included women, 3 women and 35 men picked from the different joints in Aras Central Division. The police public relations officer for West Nile region, Josephine Anguchia, stated that and cautions the members of the public against public smoking and hiring of their facilities as hideouts to promote smoking. Take a look.
They were arrested for being in possession of banned tobacco products like shisha and smoking in public places, contrary to the tobacco control laws. So the intelligence-led operation covered Swalia Cell, Baruku Cell, and Junior Quarters, all in Arua City Central Division. Items recovered include 20 shisha pots, 18 shisha pipes, 11 tins of shisha ingredients, and 5 sachets of jirak molasses, which are all exhibited at Arua Central Business Division. The suspects are being detained at Arua Central Business Division custody as screening and investigations continue.
And more in our stories. The Territorial Police of Zombo District are investigating an incident of arson where 3 grass-thatched houses were set ablaze after the sudden death of a businessman in Paida Town Council, Zombo District. Alfred Jawok has more.
The deceased, Patrick Wodavono, 37 years, prominent businessman and resident of Avonagada village, Paida sub-county in Zombo District, committed suicide over the weekend while at his home in Zingile Ward, Paida Town Council, Zombo District. After the death, people who believed to be relatives of the deceased avenged by attacking 3 villages and burnt 3 grass-thatched houses, destroyed banana plantations, looted some properties. Rawel Oshandi, the clan member of Avonagada village, confirmed about the incidents and warned community members of taking laws into their hands.
Kamanya tina tuchi utuch kukibiriti kome. Ikame tuchi kukibiriti kome. Ewa ka wobyo misi ka kaigi ai. Eya nyemega woba lisi amisi de awobi pa. Jodo anga ya nyongo. Gi ai gi shak teach. Ota bomba ka upega keni ot. Mijubari me wende duong. Alu nga ka ni nya kwa. Kumeni ngo eya nya. Ego ade ka woni. Oru nyati jala chelo chetu kacha kichiko kule kacha. Ebe chunga kane la okre. Ebe dogi bankai nyati macha be gudu mashi. Ulu nyati no mutoka yomo kushi rawaji chunyo otengo. Iritie nyinguru tie manano. Nyingu wora tie nderia. Nyingu won alu tie jashan. Kabati wango ota juba jashan ba. Ke wang ota juba nderia.
Celestino Wonda, an elder, advised the communities to get another alternative way of solving matters arising among them. He refuted the claims that their son was killed and hanged on a rope.
Kadung mangomo be gamereno awinju nduru madung be wak dan be waka keni jumange chokre be chido mal kucha macholemba ngoma raj ya wo ali odayere oto.
Francis Orebe, one of the affected communities, said when the attackers fronted them, he survived the attack and his only grass-thatched house and 2 others were burnt to ashes.
La mogu tie paswendo dare rojo nene kama len kamera para jo mako alara nyutu ni age wek arrange nyinga vono rashi paida mana woru zo nyinga vono rashi sila wene de don ka mogo wodo sha nyitinda vono paida wanende marash irre apa waji paida sapkandi dan muti mukuloka paida sapkandi magiti ku nenu uti avono endo ka woni kula manya swaswa mi wang od kula marichwe nyinga vono ba nyotre.
When the matter was reported to Paida police station, a team of police officers led by IP Bob Chunya I in the Department of Zombo District Criminal Investigation Department visited the scene and restored calmness through community policing. The deceased body was conveyed to Navy General Hospital for postmortem, and thereafter the body will be handed over to the relatives for burial. No arrest has been made, yet as the named suspects are on the run. However, police are tracing for them. Investigations continue into the murder under Paida Police Station, CRB 072182023, as well as arson and malicious damage to properties. By the time of filing this story, police at the scene declined to speak to media about the matter, but referred us to West Nile Regional Police spokesperson, Senior Superintendent of Police Josephine Angushia, who could not be reached at the time of filing this story for comments. This is the third suicide cases registered at Paida Central Police Station, just within 2 weeks since this month began. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories. The Prime Minister for Alur Kingdom, Right Honorable Prince Lawrence Opar Angala, has broken the silence on the increasing rates of witchcraft in the Alur land, especially within the religious believers. During his press conference with journalists at Alur Chiefdom Palace, the Prime Minister said his office is overwhelmed by the increasing cases of witchcraft, which has degraded the personalities of any believers under the kingdom. Take a look.
During the press conference with the journalists this afternoon at Alur Kingdom's Palace, the Prime Minister said his office is overwhelmed by the increasing cases of witchcraft, which has degraded the personality of believers under the kingdom. Opar has threatened to arrest clan chiefs who connive with witch doctors to confuse the community in death-related cases in the Alur Kingdom. The Prime Minister further revealed that for the last 3 months, over 30 grass-thatched houses were burned by an angry mob in Pashaka village, Eru sub-county, after consultations with the witch doctors from DR Congo that their son was bewitched and died mysteriously. He, however, appealed to religious leaders to sensitize both believers and unbelievers against practicing witchcraft.
If I get walk down on my knee, Daram get it, I am getting a little Niduko, a little Mugati of paint, Kulim. Kulumusum, Giluri doing Homalu, Telebajo, Edoketu, Etisma, what in Chalo, Keralu, Office Paratica Merakum, Makatime level, Mamalo, Ping it Yungo, to the Timu Tijanema, or Wujrakuma, or government, when you could meet your government and Wujraku, Nini. Ewana Madame Lebene, Titi. Iglesia mungai kanisa mungai bajo haleluya ke kumle bairo ki files de mapole banga mataka TV otiu lemeno irusi imebi akeni okeni kari junam unang le bai kucha bidi bangwa junam ya beti otiu ko job le bajo ke yoto ngoko job empe ibuku mwamilo epe buku mwamishik ni Uganda kucha epe Chalo, le panguli, le pejo wa duchen kude buku pa check bench kuda. Do you there? One, police chukuti kudengo. Jumi koti kudengo. Jumi local government kudengo. Do makoti kudengo. Kumwana wange kidemi, wote ku system, wote ku yumwa. Mikal minwango jajo. Kono ngi jajo ke. Wakiri se chengwa mikal. Wangu kidimitime. Aya don makonyi den jumi dine den ya kage non ko magdula mene ba ko kuja gidi sero dano de ati ko files padana magi ay ba jukela gi magi tiye mut ko sali mut gi padana magi ay negati e madas uni kunu yoge ba kusha jurdi ni jono an hogingo jurdi jono an hogo tu jogi donc on a mogi on est à la brete raza kashango otingu waso jurdi na otiko be love twingi bien wan waka wa fu de sini kidano waso ale ka mo ka waso ale ko non gida ko esen dana su mo miri miles mo do wana de kidano mo am ko tinama kidano mo do wana tergi yo kom kidano ene ba ki lokki ko o te ko sisi ala jalo o bemo o te ko power ni go ko jare bor go ko ja jogre ene washi ko dana ma ko fotki ne dana megi ko majati e mashiko Uganda mitongo mukare shiko eta edo ko don keso ko ni in ko nguja ikaji peji ko gameloyi kay do ngu kelgi bango kay jog te ko sendi pajumo keri ka wala ka longo ko te miti jore do ko ngu no angi yinde gi ngey ete ko medendi.
In the meantime, the Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend Pons Ozelawijo, reiterates that believers should have faith in God by living an exemplary life to others every day.
Abe shikwashi bidano kumai, dano sheke ai pachu, kai ai pachu ishukulu woro bemungo, ishukulu woro go, kir muamira luru, inyatin mapunji do chubeli wate. Kanisa di ai kuri pachu kai bini I kanisa, wa wor ubim, wa wor kira luru mua, ande maka wor kira luru, biana nyati jaluru. Jadiku kau bini kido kuma metwa nenya ni aker muamira luru che kido mako wor ena wishu yuju Kristo tanu mange gero kai bot sido mako go wor kera luru che paso mai idea.
Last year, 3 clan chiefs in Nebi district were arrested by a security team on allegations that they brought witch doctors from DR Congo to come and perform rituals in Erusi and Kuchwin sub-county, but they were released after being warned against the acts. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. The family of the leader of the Lord Resistance Army, Joseph Kony, who fought with the Ugandan government for 2 decades, is crying to meet the President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, as the appointed date to meet the President that had promised them in September has passed, and they're losing trust in the earlier on those who first took them to see the President in August. Take a look.
After meeting the President in August 2023, scheduled another meeting with the entire family of LRA leader Joseph Kony in September 2023 to discuss and provide a comprehensive rehabilitation package to them. The family is also expecting President to unveil his mega plan for the war victim of LRA in northern Uganda.
En pia kuma be donc ingeye madam a di bukan jamé donc paw ta ko ma be de toile ma lo ka kelma president wa ju kede yan nerma ermi ni wa ñu duwe ma ermi ni wa ka ro ma laaj donc darma erno o karo ma o mi erno wa ku pe kede wa ko doctian ila important dan ami ku bi chani.
Medina Akuro, the mother of Ali Salongo Kony, one of the wives of the notorious leader of the Lord Resistance Army, explained in tears the difficulty she is going through in providing for the family as a breadwinner. She said her only hope of settling with her family is with the presidents, and somebody is purposely blocking them.
Kawa chamo kidong tie wa ma tie ma en be la fu en pour dia chamo tie en wa tika re ko kweki wa tika ko na tie wa da chamo ki chen ki chai no ki chen no ki ya ko ma le.
Moses Komakech, a university graduate who is believed to be the elder son of Joseph Kony, returns earlier. Mojes, who benefited from the government scholarship, pleaded to those who are believed to be blocking them from meeting the president that they are not only going to talk about their family, but the entire LRA victims of northern Uganda.
This is not about the family of Joseph Kony. This is about the survivors of conflict in northern Uganda. We would not go there and just talk to the president about us only. You know, the whole of northern Uganda suffered. So we talk about all the survivors of conflict of northern Uganda. So as our family is being resettled also, the survivors of conflict in northern Uganda should also be resettled, so that will help them develop and help them also be empowered. Because when they're empowered, it will also help our nation to grow as a whole, economically, socially, and in all other different ways.
Billy Graham, an NRM cadre, says the president must look at this issue as a serious matter because this might have a bigger impact on the 2026 general elections.
Because we have poor leaders around, they capitalize on something which they know if they put hatred in people's mind, definitely they will get voted, because we have such kind of weak leader in Acholi. You know, they talk of land, government is grabbing land, they talk of killing people in camp. This time they will talk about this child, which the president should take it up so that they have nowhere to say.
The question of difficulties people meet in the struggle to have one-on-one with the president is a complex issue, given its security details and the demand for such meeting from both national and international guests, which is overwhelming, and this claim that somebody is blocking those who seek to meet him on the daily basis is questionable. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories. The eastern part of Dufle sub-county has been cut off from Moyo after River Uya burst its banks and disconnected the road linking the people to Moyo district. The heavy flood, which destroyed several houses and food crops, leaving the community in panic and fear of experiencing hunger and outbreak of diseases and affecting service delivery to the people within the area. Okumu Dominic has more.
The heavy flood also destroyed several houses and food crops, leaving the community in panic and fear of experiencing hunger and outbreak of diseases and affecting service delivery to the people within the area. Mr. Marulo Oke, a youth in the area, say the heavy flood that has disconnected the eastern part of the sub-county has greatly affected the bodaboda and other businesses in the area, and also adds that the flood has made it difficult for them to arrest emergency cases, especially health issues, since the road has become impassable.
Challenge the driver mesuledi are idri abwa ngolo yani de ma yufu ribati ya matandundu ewa ma yoni transport disi na hojo ni boda dri corona ekosa community kisafa garani challenge ni alo ewa otidri amaba rekpe balance ya modidi ya amanzadi ni yo kofunerasa business boda kwa yakabe duka cross na it's a challenge ya pipi komvura kosali koko nasi amasa garu drill ama corona se kosa mvu to drill ya are idezara officially tinerasa e ki challenge drama many point drama illegal to joka ya mai konya mewa at least ke okay ko pe ama tarati ko ba ya ma calvert ya lweri so drama duration ngwa de mejo or ya channels me ability ndredeni.
Honorable Indenyi Vuzimauris, the local council 3 chairman Dufele sub-county, say they are completely cut out as the people of Dufele, but they are waiting on the government to pronounce itself on the matter, which has been long overdue.
We're now totally cut off. When Science Frontier was constructing this road, I told these people that culvert is so small. Now people can see the ground. As a sub-county, we don't have much to say. What we can do is to say something. But when you come to work on road, in a place, you need to consult the community. This stream is so big. When you see the tributary, very big. Almost when you see along the Nile, it's the biggest stream. So I'm advising the community and the government to see how the community are suffering.
Honorable Andrew Richard Opeli, the Secretary for Disaster and Works, who also doubles as the District Vice Chairman Moyo, acknowledges the poor state of roads, especially the road linking the district to Dufele and Panjala landing site, which has been cut off due to heavy rains, and also adds that generally the district is grappling with the issue of poor state of roads, which needs an urgent attention.
Conditions of the district as a whole is very, very much alarming because of the daily downpour, which is disorganized everybody's movement. Roads are washed out. Some have become almost impassable. More especially from Dufile and Didri to Panjala. That road is terrible and it is impassable. It cannot be motorized. And these are the roads which fall under the docket of UNRWA. Have little say on it because the trunk roads are not decentralized. Those are directly under UNRWA, which I have little say about it, but still we can raise concern in regards to the cry of the public, because these roads are meant for the community.
He, however, appealed to the public to remain calm as the district awaits funds from the government for the maintenance of the roads, saying development is a gradual process which requires time.
Community is let them remain calm, because development cannot be done within a day, and development need procedures. Government does its work procedurally and systematically. Therefore, there's no cause of saying that something should be done the way people wish. It cannot happen like that. God himself, the creator of heaven and earth, also did not create the world within a day. He used all his miracles to create the world within 6 days. But government cannot do any miracle as God has done. Therefore, people should be calm. We're working around the clock to ensure that at least these bad road services are rectified. I'm sure in Satana Pass, culverts have been washed away by rain. I'm aware. For example, from Ekele to Ibakwe, that road apparently is impassable, and the culverts have been washed away, and other roads from Meto going to Bari, those roads are all bad. Generally, all the roads are bad, but I appeal to the community to be calm. At least something is being done to arrest the road situation.
This is not the first time the people of Panjala have been cut off from the rest of Moyo district since 1980s. People within the area have been facing challenges, especially during rain season, where River Oya tends to flood, resulting into cutting off the road and destroying gardens and homesteads. However, recently the district engineering team tried to divert the channels of the river by putting up barriers, but still this has not stopped the river from cutting off the road, something which the district authorities now feel the government needs to get involved so as to avert the crisis. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumo for West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. Residents in Moyo district have been urged to embrace the indoor residual spraying exercise in the district so as to reduce the high prevalence of malaria rate in the district. This urge was made by Dr. Amako Stephen, Assistant District Health Officer in charge of environmental health and the malaria prevention focal point person. Okumu Dominic reports.
The district has kicked off with the training of over hundreds of people who will be conducting the house-to-house spraying exercise. The 3 days training, which began yesterday, Wednesday, 22nd November 2023, has entered day 2 and is expected to end tomorrow, Friday, 24th November 2023, with the actual spraying earmarked to start on Monday, 27th November and run until 22nd December 2023. Dr. Moko Stephen, the Assistant District Health Officer in charge of environmental health and the malaria prevention focal point person in the district, urged the public to embrace the indoor residual spraying in their homes so as to reduce on the disease burden in the district.
This team will be trained on how to undertake the indoor residual spray and documentation of the information that will be generated during the implementation. So tentatively, the date has been scheduled from 27th November to 22nd December is when we are undertaking the house-to-house indoor residual spray. So I expect every person within that period to be around. But overall is in every sub-county, the sub-county teams have made a schedule of when they will reach to your village. So once a mobilizer informs you that the next day is in your village, we encourage members to be available to support the team.
He adds that they are aware of the fact that the insecticide might cause some discomfort to some people, which has made them to train health personnel at all the health centers to take charge of such cases, and therefore urge the public to always seek help from the nearby health centers once they don't feel comfortable after the spraying exercise.
So we have not received the insecticide in the district yet, but we are hopeful by Friday the insecticides will be delivered by National Medical Stores, and immediately once we receive the insecticide, it will be distributed to the sub-counties so that it is nearer to the people instead of taking from the district stores. Lastly, I want to say that the insecticide is safe and effective. We are aware that once in a while these are insecticides, somebody can react to it. But we have trained health workers in all the health centers on how to manage allergies related to the insecticide. So once you have allergy or you have got reactions due to the insecticide, kindly report to the nearest health facility. The health workers there have been trained on how to manage such allergies and side effects.
When asked on the possible penalty on those who may not embrace the exercise, he said they will use the Public Health Act on those individuals who will go against the exercise, but first they will conduct sensitization about the importance of the exercise before rolling out the Public Health Act on those who will go against even after the sensitization.
Those who will be resisting, we shall be implementing the Public Health Act. It is very clear. With the Public Health Act, it will be enforced. That's why in the district task force, we have law enforcement officers. We have the DPC in the task force. We have the RDC in the task force. We have the DSO in the task force. This is also the same at the sub-county level. We have the enforcement officers at that level. So anybody who will be resisting, we don't implement the Public Health Act immediately, but we first have to sensitize. We inform you about the benefits of the insecticide. But if you continuously resist, then we will use the Public Health Act as the last option. So I encourage members, this insecticide has been tested, approved by the World Health Organization, and even in Uganda, the National Drug Authority has certified it. So it is safe and effective.
The indoor residual spraying exercise is expected to go hand in hand with the distribution of the insecticide-treated mosquito nets so as to reduce on the high rate of the malaria prevalence in the district. The government of Uganda, in collaboration with the government of United States President's Malaria Initiative (PMI) and the Global Fund, have been implementing the indoor residual spray IRS in selected high-burden districts in Uganda since 2009. However, in the West Nile region, The Indo-Residual spraying exercise was launched on the 8th of September 2022 by the National Malaria Control Division during an advocacy meeting in Moyo District. This brought in 9 West Nile districts, namely Adjumani, Arua, Koboko, Madiokolo, Maracha, Terego, Yumbe, Obongi, and Moyo District. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumo for West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. During the third day of the Nebi High Court session, the presiding judge, His Worship George Okello, sentenced Oplondo Ojok, the area LC1 chairperson of Pajobo village in Wadilai sub-county, to 12 years in prison after being found guilty of 2 counts of murder. Alfred Jawok reports.
The judge, while reading the charge of aggravated assault and murder to the accused, he observed that prosecution was beyond reasonably convinced, basing on substantial evidence that the accused and others were at large on 1st October 2022 at Pajobo Village, Wadlai Sub-County, Pakwach District, assaulted and killed Nicholas Unekalith, 65 years, and Oyochan Santolina, 45 years, on accusations of witchcraft. The judge further noted that the area local council 1, who should have protected the victims, acted gruesomely to kill the victims after he convened a meeting to pin the victims. In his ruling, the judge said the maximum sentence to such capital offense is 35 years to life imprisonment, but the Supreme Court has nullified it, basing on the facts that the accused is a first-time offender and pleaded guilty to the 2 counts. He deserves 12 years concurrently.
In the circumstances, I'm of the view that a sentence of 14 years would meet the ends of justice on both counts. Considering the 1 year, 8 months and 6 days spent on remand, therefore sentence to Ojoko to 12 years, 3 months, and 24 days imprisonment on count 1 and count 2 respectively. Both sentences are to run concurrently starting today. You have the right of appeal against both your conviction and sentence to the Court of Appeal within 14 days from today.
The resident state attorney Nebi, Samuel Achusha, prayed for a deterrent sentence given to the accused so that the rest of the members of community can be deterred against the rampant cases of witchcraft in Alur land.
But the 2 big victims of disease were siblings. That is, they had people to take care of, and those people who were dependent on them lost it.
Deceased persons had children. Family members to take care of. At least for the lady, she said that her son reported, so she had son, she had a child, but I'm not aware of the other one.
My Lord, we have to see that only one of the diseased person.
They have the family to take care of. Okay.
Meanwhile, the defense lawyer of the accused, Counsel Ronald Onenchan, accepted the judgment, saying his client was remorseful before the judge. Onenchan said his client is free to appeal to the ruling within 14 days if he is not contented with the judgment of his case.
The man pleaded guilty. He admitted all the atrocities he caused, and therefore, to me, the sentence unless otherwise it is a little bit fair, according to me, just like the consistency of cases and sentencing guidelines of recent. The Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, is taking into account all those factors and giving a sentence ranging between 10 to 20 years. So the sentence is not totally absurd. It is well within the law. But still, I am going to talk to the convict. If he feels it is unfair, and then we shall definitely take on appeal.
He was sent to Koch government prison, and criminal summons were issued to the other suspects in the case who are at large. During the third session of the High Court in Ebi, the presiding judge handled 31 files, as other criminal files are to be retrieved from the Arua High Court. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. As the days keep drawing closer to the festive season, where accident cases are rampant, Vivo Energy, in partnership with Uganda Traffic Police, are undertaking a nationwide campaign to ensure the safety of all road users during this period. On the 23rd of November 2023, they trained pupils of Aurora Primary School, where they gave out 40 helmets to 40 pupils. Take a look.
Traffic Police, in partnership with Vivo Energy, team up to sensitize the members of the public on their safety on the roads ahead of the festive season. As part of the national awareness campaign, the two entities train pupils of Aurora Primary School in the campaign that targets motorists and other road users. Superintendent of Police Kalanura Michael, the Traffic Police spokesperson and Road Safety Directorate, says the campaign targets drivers and motorists who are the major contributors of accidents in the country.
As we approach these days, of course, a lot of things, like I started earlier, happen. And we urge all community members, or members of the community, motorists, road users, please let everyone be careful. And we must also know that road safety is the responsibility of everyone. What do we need to do? If we are passengers, we also have what to do. If we are drivers, we also have what to do. Riders, traffic officers, everyone. So to the motorists, those who drive on these roads, please do not speed, do not drink and drive, and be careful when you are going to overtake, because these are things that are causing crashes. Especially when near festive seasons, you tend to find people wanting to get to places so faster, yet they have started late.
Valero Kecha from Vivo Uganda implored the learners to wear helmets at all times while boarding borders.
And for those of you who use borders, Vivo Energy has come here to say that please ensure that you always have a helmet on your head, because a helmet is the only way you can save yourself from dying in case of an accident from a border. If you look at this helmet, we are saying, what's the word here? Heads up, eh? But below the heads up, there are two words, actually four. What does it say? Always remember that when you are using a border, if your mom, your daddy puts in a border, tell them, mom, your daddy, if there is no helmet, there is no border. Because the helmet does what?
As part of the corporate social responsibility, Vivo Energy gave out 40 helmets to 40 pupils to ensure their safety while on the borders. Similarly, Ayubu Kemis, the headmaster at Aurora Primary School, also encouraged the pupils who received the helmets to utilize them while on border to ensure their safety.
And this is what we are going to take, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, our children who came here early know some of our children who use borders and who use bicycles. You can fall on a bicycle, you hit your head and you die, isn't it? Yes. So, your friends have written the names of those children, and we'll ask teachers to call the names of those children who have been written, and we give this helmet to them.
According to information from Traffic Police, 12 lives are lost every day to road accidents. 2 of these are border related, as the 2 also involve school children. Farish Majid, P. Ochaki, West Nile TV, NILE CAST.